My name is Ali. I'm 22 years old. I'm from Sweden. I've been a Muslim for 11 months. I was born in a town called Gothenburg, and I grew up in a place called Backa with my two parents, my two sisters. I was going in primary school in Backa as well, and secondary school. And first of all, primary school, I went to pretty close to the area I was living. And secondary school, I was living pretty far from my place. And after that, yeah, I was probably in the age of 16, 15, yeah. Then I started to hang around with bad people. And, was doing stuff I didn't want to do, but I have to do it. And it was nothing you want to do, but you want to get the money. It's how the streets are. You want to do business and everything, and people around me was doing bad things like selling drugs, whatever, robbing people, going to industry, stealing computers, whatever, doing all this kind of stuff, going through cars, all these bad things, you can imagine, like you see on the television, you see these people, they're robbing people, doing the bad things. This is nothing, new. This is all things that's happening all over again. So I was seeing, my friends, they were, as I said before, they were into the bad business, and they want to make the money and everything. As the time goes, you older you get, the harder the business get. But as it comes, to friends, I'm seeing my friends backstabbing each other, because of the money, and they're seeing, this guy makes more money than I do, and of course they want to have the attention, a reputation, whatever, be feared and everything. So yeah. Of course, my parents were very worried. Of course, my mother, she could not, being asleep on the nights, because she was thinking, what I'm doing on the nights, I'm outside, doing bad stuff and everything, She was thinking, maybe my son is, go with these guys. Of course, I was not doing all this kind of stuff, of course not. But, as I said, my friends, they were into this business more than I do, They were more, more bad boys than I was, They were trying to, get the reputation, want to be feared and everything, This was the goal for them, but my goal was not there. I was, I was a confused little boy at that time. I was wanna, have a friendship and everything. Wanna be in the, group with everything, being accepted as a man. Understand? But as the time being goes, you can't live like that. You have to, when it comes to, someone come up to you, saying, well, what's up? You wanna have a, you wanna fight, whatever. You have to stand up for yourself. Yeah, basically I went in my boxing club, and I met an old ex-gang member, and we clicked, and we talked and everything, and he was giving my number, he was giving his number, and we, I called him, we talked and everything, he was very friendly and everything. But after a while, he said to me, you want to make money? I said, sure, it's hard times, and I thought, I can make some money, I can. Get some coins in the pocket. So I thought, why not? So the guy, he called me and we met, we talked and everything, But this was not for long, it was just a small thing. But the thing was, it was the guy, was a very friendly guy, as I said before. But the guy, as I said, he was an ex-gang member, and he was making money. He was making very much money, and as it comes, he's. I was hanging around with him, he was, very friendly for a while, but after a while, you saw him, getting more paranoid, was using more drugs, the more money he made, the more paranoid you get. So, after a while, he was starting to use drugs, normal days, like every time he wake up, he was using it for coffee, whatever, it's like, it became normal, like breakfast or something, I thought, subhanallah, is this really, is this guy is really, he's doing it every day, I can't believe this. But anyway, you carry on, the guy, we met, but as it comes, the guy was starting to get more paranoid 24/7. I could not leave the house with any weapons, whatever, it was, people were having beef on him, because he was making a lot of money, and after a while, he was going to, we were going to a place, and we were there for a while. He had used some cocaine, whatever, and the day was not going well. And I saw, the guy was going, very paranoid and everything, So basically, after a while, he was like took up the gun, you know, and he got nuts. I don't know what happened to him, you know. He pointed the gun at me and aimed it to me, you know, saying, you know, starting to scream at me, everything, you know. I thought, you know, what's this guy doing, you know? This guy is very, very, you know, very, very rough at the moment. And I thought, you know, how can he be like that? You know, he's very, very friendly and everything. And after a while, I thought, you know, what's this guy doing? You know, I can't be around this guy if he's gonna carry on like this, and if he's gonna carry on with the drugs and everything. I'll probably get killed if this guy is gonna continue like this. So basically, at that day, we carry on to probably 6 a.m. in the morning. The guy told me, you know, come out with the weapons. He's going around in the woods and everything. He's still paranoid. I don't know what's happening around with the guy. And he's going around with the weapons. He's saying the cops are out there, you know, he's still, you know, I don't know, they used a lot of drugs. So the drugs was, you know, messed up his mind. And he was carrying on, you know, going around the woods, you know, saying, come out, I know you're out there, you know, you can't hide, you know, I know you're out there. So you can't understand. He was like, we were there for 2 hours, you know, going around, you know, the guy was, I don't know, he was another dimension or something. So basically after 2 hours I went home. I thought, you know, subhanAllah, this guy is not my friend, you know, he's just, you know, making money, you know, he's getting paranoid. So yeah, after the problem, as I said, you know, we didn't talk that much, you know. I was, you know, leaving the guy alone, you know. I didn't want to be around him because something bad happened to me afterwards, and you know, I'm thinking, you know, what's the purpose of life? You know, what I'm doing here, you know, am I around here, you know, just to do bad things, you know? I'm a human being, you know. I have a good life, you know. I want to have a good life. I want to have a purpose of my life. I want to have peace in my mind, everything, you know. So basically, a friend talked to me about Islam, you know. He was, you know, he was not that good, but still he was talking about, you know, he encouraged me to Islam and everything. He was telling me about, you know, Quran saying and everything. So yeah, I was starting to read about Quran, Islam, as I'm saying, you know, and Quran and everything, you know, what's Islam about, you know, because as you see in the television, you know, people talk, you know, Islam is bad and everything, you know. So, you know, I give it a chance, and you know, you see, you know, as I saw, you know, it's nothing bad about it, you know, it's alhamdulillah. Yeah, basically I started to read about it more and more, and as time being, I think it was like, I can't remember, but it took some time before, you know, the Shahada and everything, but I gave it a chance, you know. I was reading about it, listening to lectures and everything, and just trying to, you know, understand what's Islam about, you know, and even to, you know, hear, you know, what's the, you know, Sheikh telling about, you know, Western part, you know, they were telling, you know, people just consuming, you know, they have no life, they have nothing, you know. As I, you know, feeling, you know, this is true, you know, we are not doing any, I was like, I felt like, you know, this is true, you know. I don't do nothing in my life. I'm just sitting here living, you know, don't have a job, nothing, you know, and, you know, as I say, you know, about the criminality, you know, it's not good, you know. So I thought, you know, I was looking into what the Sheikh said, you know, people consuming, they're drinking alcohol, you know, they're doing this and that, you know, smoking cigarettes, whatever, you know. And I'm saying to myself, what kind of world do I want to grow up to, you know, what kind of society want I live up, you know. So yeah, after that, you know, it was like, yeah, I went to Sheikh with my friend in a place called Biskopsgården in Friskväderstorget, and we went there, and I had a lot of questions, but I didn't know how to begin the question. So I said to the Sheikh, you know, begin to talk, and as he was talking, you know, he answered all my questions, you know, about, you know, girls, whatever, you know, all this kind of stuff, how, you know, how society works in this time, you know, and how God are, you know, and how Allah is, you know, everything. Basically, as I talked to the Sheikh, you know, he was saying all these questions and everything, you know, you know, I was, after that, you know, as he answered all my questions, I went home, you know. I tell the guys, you know, give me some time just to read about more about Islam, you know. They give me some books about the Prophet, and, you know, about Quran and everything, you know. I was reading about it. I was listening to more lectures and everything. I get, you know, they, you know, really boost, you know. I was feeling, you know, and you know, it was like, you know, I was feeling, you know, now I got the purpose in my life, you know. I'm starting to feel, you know, this is what I want to live for, you know. This is, yeah. So after a while, I went back to my friends and said, you know, it's the time, you know. I want to become a Muslim, because I don't want to spend my time more, you know, wasting it, you know. You know. So alhamdulillah, you know, I took the Shahada after, I think, after I talked to the Sheikh, like probably 8 months or something. But because I just, just want to give my more time, to know about Islam, know what I'm giving into, so alhamdulillah.
Now you've become a Muslim. How has Islam changed your life?
Well, it changed my life in many parts, in terms of not drinking anymore, not using drugs, not smoking cigarettes, all of these kind of bad things, going to the club and don't listen to music, don't watching movies, just reading, studying and everything, try to exercise, everything. Before, as I said before, in Islam, I was probably weighing 54 kilos, and now, alhamdulillah, I weighed 70 kilos. Thanks to Islam, I gained a lot of kilos because before, as I said, with the drugs and everything, it was not good. And, I gained a lot of kilos, Islam encouraged me to train, take care of my body and everything, before I smoked a lot, And the salat, subhanallah, you can't be more happier to thank Allah every day. He gave me your life, He gave me my life back every time. And I've done all this bad stuff. I can't be more happier than Allah, every time I wake up, for Fajr, Allah give me my life back. He's saying, you have a better life, you have a chance to make a better life for you this time. So alhamdulillah, Islam has changed my life in many parts. When it comes to my parents, alhamdulillah, I obey them much more, my sisters, I have better manners, akhlaq, whatever, it's all of these kind of things, Muslims should have, So alhamdulillah, everything is much better, alhamdulillah.
What advice have you got to non-Muslims regarding Islam?
For the non-Muslims, I got advice that is, don't read the newspaper, don't watch TV, don't listen to radio, don't listen to what people are saying, because Allah, He gave you an eye, He gave you ears, He gave you a heart, He gave you a mind. So what? You can't read a book. So go to whatever country you're from, just take a book. The Quran is in all language. You can read it in English, Chinese, whatever, but just read it and look up to it, because you can judge it by your own mind. Don't judge it by other people. That's my advice to you for the non-Muslims. I want to thank Roadside to Islam for putting me on this show. För muslimer i Sverige som vill lära sig mer om din och helt enkelt bara bli en bättre muslim och lära sig om vem Allah är och allt detta. Jag tycker ni borde komma till Mellanöstern, studera, komma hit, höra adhan, ha moské i varje hörne, ha halalkött överallt, alla de här sakerna som vi inte har i Sverige. Och att kunna ha sheikh eller män som har hur mycket kunskap som helst och lära sig av de här personerna. Alhamdulillah, sen jag kommit hit, jag lärde mig hur mycket som helst. Jag tror första gången jag kom hit, jag kunde ingen arabiska, ingenting sånt här. Och nu jag kan läsa Koran, allting, göra hifz, allting, och jag kan mesta läsa arabiska, allt detta. Men det tackar vare Allah. Allah gav mig den här chansen, så ni borde komma hit. Assalamu alaikum.